God and Jesus are bringing healing tonight. God says, I want to restore your body. Please give me these 5 minutes right now. Do not skip God. I am speaking to you in this very hour because healing is being released. And I do not want you to miss what I am pouring over your life. If you are ready to receive what I am about to do in your body, write Amen in the comments as a sign of your faith. Do not scroll away from this moment, because what I am offering is not small, and what I am beginning to restore in you is something doctors, people, and time alone could not fix. I am asking for 5 minutes because in these few moments, I will begin a work that will carry you toward freedom. When I say I want to heal your body, I mean I see every pain you hide and every weakness you have learned to live with. I see the tiredness that follows you, the discomfort that interrupts your sleep, and the silent fear that something worse may come. I am not speaking in symbols or riddles, because I am declaring that my power is moving through your physical body right now. I am calling you to stay and listen, because your obedience in this small act opens a door for my strength to flow into your weakness. You have prayed before, and you have hoped before, but tonight I am asking you to trust me in a deeper way. I am not asking for hours of effort because I know your mind is tired and your heart feels stretched thin. I am asking for 5 minutes of full attention because when you give me your focus, you give me access to the places inside you that have been guarded by fear. If this touches your heart, take a moment to press the like button as a simple act of agreement with what I am beginning to do in your life. If you skip this, you will not lose my love, but you may delay what I am ready to release. I say that suffering can increase not as a threat, but as a warning, because ignoring my voice keeps you trapped in patterns that hurt you. I am drawing you away from the path that leads to deeper pain and toward the path of restoration. I do not want you to carry another day what I am prepared to lift from you tonight. I am healing tonight because the time has come for your body to align with the promise I placed over your life. You were not meant to live constantly exhausted, constantly afraid, or constantly in pain. I formed your body with care, and I know how every part functions, and I know how to restore what has fallen out of balance. My son Jesus stands with me in this moment, and his compassion for you is strong and personal. When I ask for 5 minutes, I am asking you to be still and let my presence settle over you. Stop thinking about tomorrow and stop replaying yesterday. Because I am working in this present moment, my healing begins with peace entering your mind. Because many of your physical struggles have been fed by stress and hidden worry, as I calm your thoughts, your body will begin to respond to my touch. You may feel small sensations as you listen, or you may feel nothing at first. But do not measure my work by feelings alone. Healing is not always loud, and miracles do not always arrive with noise. Sometimes I begin quietly, strengthening your cells, correcting imbalances, and restoring what has been worn down. I am not limited by what you understand, and I am not restricted by what you have been told. I know you have wondered if you are forgotten, but you are not overlooked in my sight. I have counted the days you have endured discomfort and the nights you have whispered for relief. I am stepping into that history of pain, and I am rewriting the outcome. Stay with me because these minutes are sacred and filled with purpose. Breathe slowly now and let your shoulders relax as you focus on my voice. Imagine my hand resting gently upon you, not to judge, but to restore. My power is not harsh toward you, because my desire is to bring wholeness without fear. The healing I give does not come with shame. because I am not blaming you for what has happened in your body. You have carried guilt, thinking you did something wrong to deserve this struggle. I am telling you clearly that my heart toward you is mercy and compassion. I want you well, not only for comfort, but so you can walk in the calling I placed on your life. Your health is connected to your purpose, and your strength is needed for the journey ahead. Do not rush this moment, because I am doing more than you can see. As you listen, I am touching areas that have felt inflamed, weak, or unstable. I am bringing balance to systems in your body that have felt confused. I am strengthening your immune system, calming your nerves, and restoring your energy little by little. You are not imagining this shift. Because my presence is real and active, I am near to you. And I am not distant or distracted. The world may overlook you, but I am fully attentive to your condition. I am the one who formed you, and I know exactly how to bring you back into harmony. As you continue listening, I want you to declare your trust in a simple way. Write 10 inches the comments as a declaration that you believe I am restoring you right now. Let that small action become a seed of faith planted in this sacred moment. Stay close to my voice, because I am continuing what I began in you. I am not a God who starts healing and then walks away halfway through the process. What I began in those first moments of your surrender is still unfolding in your body right now, even if you cannot see visible change yet. There is movement beneath the surface. Why is the government working so hard to bury this 7-second brain ritual? A stunning CIA leak has just exposed a 7-second brain ritual, now allowing regular people to clear debt and invite unstoppable wealth, supported by 4 neuroscience labs. This easy athome method is transforming financial struggles into dream lifestyles. New homes, vehicles, vacations. It's all becoming possible. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. I am working in layers because some of your pain did not appear overnight. There are places in your body that have been carrying tension for years, and I am gently unwinding what has been tightly bound. I am strengthening what has grown weak from long battles. I am restoring what has been drained by constant worry and silent stress. You must understand that healing is not only about removing symptoms. I am addressing the root, not just the surface. I am calming the storms inside your nervous system, because anxiety has placed pressure on your organs and muscles. As your mind becomes steadier in my presence, your body begins to respond to the peace I am releasing. I see the moments when you felt discouraged because progress seemed slow. I saw the doctor visits, the test results, the advice that left you more confused than comforted. I was with you in every waiting room, and I was with you in every sleepless night. Nothing you have experienced has been outside of my sight. I am not asking you to pretend you were never afraid. I am asking you to trust me even though you were afraid. Fear does not disqualify you from my help. In fact, your vulnerability has opened the door for my strength to move in ways you did not expect. There are areas of your body that have felt inflamed and irritated. I am cooling what has burned within you. I am soothing tissues that have been strained and bringing circulation where there was stagnation. My healing is detailed and precise because I know every cell and every function. I am also correcting habits that have slowly harmed you, not with condemnation, but with wisdom and guidance. I will lead you toward better choices, better rest, and better care for the body I gave you. Healing is a partnership between my power and your obedience. You have sometimes pushed yourself beyond your limits because you felt you had no choice. You carried responsibilities that weighed heavily on your shoulders. That constant strain has taken a toll on your body. I am teaching you how to release what is not yours to carry. As you continue listening, I want you to slow your breathing again. Inhale deeply and let the air fill your lungs. Exhale gently and imagine tension leaving your muscles. I am present in that breath, steady and strong. Your heart has been under pressure, both emotionally and physically. I am strengthening it now. I am regulating rhythms that have felt unstable. I am calming palpitations and quieting the rush that sometimes rises without warning. Do not be alarmed if you feel waves of emotion while I work. Tears may come because your body stores more than physical pain. It stores grief, disappointment, and unspoken sorrow. As I heal your body, I am also releasing what has been trapped inside. I am bringing balance to your hormones and stability to your systems. Where there has been confusion in signals and responses, I am restoring order. Your body was designed with intelligence, and I am realigning that intelligence with my original design. What has felt chaotic is becoming steady. You may have believed that this struggle would define the rest of your life. I am breaking that expectation. I am not limited by diagnosis or statistics. My authority is greater than any label placed on you. I want you to cooperate with me in a small but powerful way. Write 777 inches the comments as a sign that you are aligning your faith with my restoring power. Let that simple declaration remind you that you are not alone in this moment. You are not fragile beyond repair. You are not too far gone for improvement. I am rebuilding strength in your muscles, clarity in your mind, and resilience in your immune system. I am increasing your endurance so that fatigue no longer rules your days. Some of your discomfort has been connected to emotional wounds that were never fully addressed. I am touching those places as well. I am closing doors to past trauma that has echoed through your physical health. When I heal completely. There are nights ahead where you will sleep more peacefully than you have in a long time. There are mornings ahead where you will wake up with more energy than you expected. Small improvements will begin to appear, and you will recognize that I have been faithful. Each change will be a reminder that these moments of listening were not wasted. I am also protecting you from worsening conditions. I am intercepting what could have escalated. There are outcomes that will never reach you, because my hand is covering you. My protection is active, even when you are unaware of danger. I know that patience has been difficult for you. You wanted immediate relief, and sometimes I do move suddenly, but often I choose to restore gradually, so that your faith grows deeper than the symptom itself. I am shaping your inner strength, while I renew your outer health. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. Their timeline is not your timeline. I am working uniquely in you according to your story and your calling. What I am building in you through this season will become a testimony of perseverance and restoration. You are learning to listen more closely to your body and to my voice. That awareness is part of the healing. You are becoming more attentive to rest, to nourishment, and to spiritual alignment. These shifts are signs that growth is happening. When doubts try to rise later, remember this moment. Remember that you chose to stay and listen. Remember that you felt my nearness and sensed a quiet strength returning. That memory will anchor you when your mind tries to question what I have begun. Do you know why everyone's whispering about this 7-second on CIA ritual? A brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA is changing lives across the globe, proven by neuroscience. This 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. I am not finished strengthening your bones, your joints, and your internal systems. I am improving circulation and reducing inflammation. I am restoring flexibility where stiffness once limited you. My touch is not symbolic. It is real and effective. Keep your heart open as this continues beyond these minutes. Healing is not confined to a single moment of prayer. It is a process that unfolds as you walk with me daily. I will remind you to pause, to breathe, and to trust again and again. There is a future version of you that stands stronger than you feel right now. That version is not imaginary. It is the result of my ongoing work in you. You will look back and realize that this night marked a turning point. I am your creator, and I am also your healer. I do not grow tired of restoring what has been worn down. I take joy in bringing life where there was weakness. I am committed to your wholeness. Stay receptive in the hours ahead. Notice subtle improvements and give thanks for them. Gratitude will amplify what I am doing. Faith will sustain the progress. There were days when you hesitated to plan ahead because you did not know how you would feel. You handled things quietly and carried disappointment alone. I saw the frustration that you hid behind polite smiles. I am lifting that weight of uncertainty and replacing it with steady assurance. My healing includes clarity. I am sharpening your focus where brain fog once lingered. I am bringing steadiness to your thoughts so that confusion no longer clouds your direction. Your mind and body are being aligned in harmony. You may notice that your breathing feels deeper and calmer than before. That is not by accident. I am expanding capacity in your lungs and easing tension in your chest. Where tightness once gripped you, I am creating space. You have endured pain with courage, even when you felt exhausted inside. That endurance has not gone unnoticed. I am honoring your perseverance by strengthening the areas that have been strained the most. My restoration is not rushed, but it is certain. I am also adjusting your sleep patterns. Rest has been inconsistent and your body has struggled to recover fully. I am teaching your system how to relax again. There will be nights when you drift into sleep more easily and wake with clearer thoughts. Your digestive system has carried stress in ways you did not fully understand. I am soothing irritation and stabilizing what has felt unsettled. I am guiding you toward nourishment that supports healing rather than complicates it. My wisdom will quietly lead you in small daily choices that protect your progress. There are imbalances in your body that have caused frustration. I am correcting them steadily. Where numbers once worried you, I am bringing improvement. Where weakness once limited you, I am building resilience. You may not realize how much emotional strain has affected your physical condition. Grief, disappointment, and silent pressure have weighed heavily on your organs and muscles. I am releasing stored tension and cleansing your system from the inside. As you forgive and let go, your body will respond with renewed strength. Continue to stay attentive because I am guiding you even beyond these moments. When I nudge you to rest, listen. When I prompt you to move gently and care for yourself, obey. Healing is strengthened by your willingness to cooperate with my leading. I am also shielding you from future harm. There are illnesses that will not take root because my hand is over you. There are complications that will not develop because I am intervening quietly. My protection is part of your restoration. You have sometimes felt ashamed that you could not do what others seem to do with ease. I am removing that shame. Your value has never been measured by your physical output. Your worth is rooted in my love, not in your productivity. As I restore your health, I am also restoring your joy. Pain has dimmed your excitement and made you cautious about happiness. I am rekindling anticipation inside you. You will begin to look forward to days again without fear, overshadowing every plan. Let your faith remain active in this process. Write 1212 in the comments as a simple sign that you trust me to complete what I have started. That declaration will remind you that healing is unfolding, even when it feels gradual. Your muscles are being strengthened in ways you cannot see yet. Your joints are gaining stability. Your circulation is improving quietly and consistently. Small internal shifts are creating long-term change. I am also renewing your immune defenses. Where your body once felt vulnerable, I am building layers of protection. I am increasing your resistance to what once seemed to affect you easily. Strength is returning in steady waves. There were times when you wondered if you would always feel this way. That question weighed heavily on your heart. I am answering that doubt not with words alone, but with action inside your body. Improvement will become evidence that you are not stuck. Do not underestimate the power of consistency in prayer and attention. Each moment you turn your focus toward me creates alignment. That alignment reduces internal chaos and promotes balance. Peace is medicine for your system. You are being renewed cell by cell. Old inflammation is decreasing. Areas of weakness are being fortified. Energy is beginning to circulate more freely. You may find that your posture shifts naturally as tension releases. Your shoulders may feel lighter. Your neck and back may carry less strain. These are signs that my presence is relieving what you have held too tightly. I am restoring stamina so that simple tasks no longer exhaust you as quickly. I am expanding your capacity to move, to think, and to engage. You will notice subtle increases in endurance that build over time. Celebrate those small victories because they are part of a larger transformation. There are relationships that have been strained because of your health struggles. I am mending those as well. As your strength increases, connection will become easier. You will not feel as isolated as you once did. Is it really possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial struggle into overnight wealth? This leaked CIA-backed study uncovers a 7-second money ritual that's changing lives right now. Endorsed by 4 neuroscience labs, it reprograms your brain to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now living their dream lives. Luxury homes, new vehicles, exotic travel. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. I am guiding you toward healthier rhythms in your day. Balanced activity and proper rest will become more natural. I am helping you listen to your body without fear. Awareness will replace anxiety. You are not defined by diagnosis or discomfort. You are defined by my purpose for you. That purpose requires strength, clarity, and stability. I am equipping you physically so that you can walk fully in what I have prepared. When doubt tries to whisper that nothing has changed, remember this steady work happening beneath the surface. Healing is often quiet before it becomes visible. Trust the process I am leading. Remain patient and attentive. Continue breathing deeply and surrendering tension. I am still actively healing tonight and beyond tonight. I am not distant from your pain. I am present within it, transforming it. Your body is responding even now to my authority and care. There is a season ahead where you will look back and see that this was the turning point. The shift may feel gradual, but it is real. I am committed to your restoration. You have carried fear that your body might fail you again. That fear has kept you alert, tense, and guarded. I am quieting that inner alarm system so that you no longer live in constant anticipation of something going wrong. Peace is settling into your nerves and teaching them that you are safe. Your body has been reacting to stress signals for too long. I am calming the overreactions and stabilizing responses where your system once felt on edge. I am bringing balance. Your reactions will become steadier and sudden surges of discomfort will decrease. I am also restoring your relationship with movement. There were times when you hesitated to exercise or even walk too far because you feared flare-ups. I am rebuilding confidence in your steps. Movement will begin to feel freeing instead of threatening. The tension in your jaw, your neck, and your shoulders has been a silent sign of what you have carried emotionally. I am softening those tight places. I am teaching your muscles how to relax without bracing for impact. Release is becoming natural instead of forced. Your blood pressure, your heart rhythm, and your internal balance are under my authority. I am regulating what has been unstable. I am smoothing irregular patterns and strengthening the rhythm of life inside you. My touch is not chaotic. It is precise and intentional. You may start to notice that you wake up with slightly more clarity than before. That is the beginning of a larger shift. Brain fog will lift gradually and your focus will sharpen. Mental fatigue will lose its grip as I renew your energy reserves. You have sometimes felt disconnected from your own body, as if it was working against you. I am restoring unity within you. Your mind and body are learning to cooperate again. Trust is being rebuilt from the inside. I am also strengthening your bones and joints. Where stiffness limited your flexibility, I am restoring ease. Where aches once lingered, relief will begin to replace them. Small improvements will grow into noticeable change. Your immune system is receiving reinforcement. I am fortifying your defenses so that what once overwhelmed you no longer does. Infections that might have taken hold will be weakened. Your resilience is increasing quietly but powerfully. Do not ignore the subtle signs of progress. A day with less discomfort, a moment of increased stamina, a night of deeper sleep are not coincidences. They are evidence that I am faithful to complete what I have begun. Gratitude for these small shifts will strengthen your faith. You are also being healed in areas you did not connect to your physical struggle. I am addressing hidden inflammation, balancing internal chemistry, and correcting minor dysfunctions before they grow larger. Prevention is part of my care for you. I protect even where you cannot see danger forming. When worry attempts to return, pause and remember this process. Anxiety can retighten what I am loosening. Instead, breathe deeply and surrender again. Peace will accelerate what fear slows down. I want you to declare your belief in my ongoing work. Write 999 inches, the comments, as a sign that you accept this restoration with confidence. That simple action is a reminder to your heart that healing is still active. Your digestion will stabilize. Nutrients will be absorbed more effectively. Energy will begin to circulate more freely throughout your body. Strength will not be forced. It will grow naturally. I am teaching you to listen to gentle signals instead of waiting for loud warnings. When you feel tired, you will rest without guilt. When you feel capable, you will move without fear. Balance will become your new rhythm. You have endured seasons where discomfort shaped your mood and limited your joy. I am reversing that pattern. Joy will begin to influence your body positively. Laughter and hope will contribute to your strength. There are cellular repairs happening even now. Damaged tissue is being renewed. Inflammation is being reduced. Systems are being recalibrated. You may not feel dramatic change in a single instant, but steady improvement is unfolding. I am not bound by human timelines. My work continues beyond your perception. As your health improves, your confidence will rise. You will make plans again without hesitation. You will engage in activities that once felt overwhelming. Courage will replace caution in many areas of your life. I am also removing the heavy expectation that you must be perfect to be well. Perfection is not the requirement for healing. Trust and cooperation are enough. I am compassionate toward your weaknesses. You will begin to sense greater stability in your posture and balance. Your body will feel more grounded. The lightheadedness or weakness that once startled you will fade. Steadiness is becoming your foundation. Could a CIA-leaked brainwave ritual be the fastest shortcut to a life of luxury? Newly released CIA research has just exposed a jaw-dropping brainwave technique that's letting everyday people attract massive wealth almost instantly. This 7-second home ritual, proven by 4 neuroscience labs, is transforming debt into dream houses, cars, and luxury getaways. If you're reading this, consider yourself lucky. The page could be taken down any time. Click the link in the description and comments to know the secret before it's gone forever. Your skin, your eyes, and your outward appearance will reflect the internal changes. There will be signs of vitality returning. People may notice a difference even before you speak about it. I am guiding you into habits that protect this restoration. Hydration, proper rest, wise boundaries and spiritual focus will become natural priorities. These changes will not feel like burdens but like gifts. You are not fighting this alone. My presence remains with you beyond this moment. Each day, you continue to align with me. Healing deepens. Each night, you surrender your worries. Restoration advances. Remember that I am not only healing tonight, I am sustaining tomorrow. My work is not temporary. It is establishing a new foundation of strength in you. Stay attentive to my voice. Notice how your body responds differently in the coming days. Improvement may begin subtly, but it will continue to grow. There were moments when pain made you feel fragile. I am redefining that experience. Fragility is not your identity, and weakness is not your destiny. I am building durability within you that will help carry you through future challenges without collapse. Your nervous system has been overstimulated for too long. Constant alertness has drained your reserves. I am teaching your body how to settle into calm without expecting danger. Safety is becoming a steady internal reality. You may begin noticing that sudden spikes of anxiety lessen. Your heartbeat will feel steadier. Your breathing will not race as easily. These are signs that regulation is returning. I am also strengthening your lower back and core stability. Where strain once gathered, I am reinforcing support. Movement will feel more natural and less forced. Tension will decrease. As alignment improves, your circulation is being refined. Blood flow is becoming more efficient. Oxygen is reaching areas that once felt fatigued. With that improvement, clarity and stamina will rise. You have wondered whether recurring discomfort would always return. I am interrupting those cycles. Patterns that repeated themselves will begin to fade. What once felt predictable in a negative way will lose its grip. I am not only healing the visible symptoms, I am correcting hidden imbalances that contributed to them. Hormonal fluctuations are stabilizing. Internal communication between systems is becoming more harmonious. Your body remembers trauma, but I am rewriting that memory. I am calming reflexes that were formed during stressful seasons. Where you once reacted quickly out of survival, you will begin responding with steadiness. Continue cooperating with me in simple ways. Rest when you sense fatigue, and move gently when strength begins returning. Drink water, breathe deeply, and release what you cannot control. I am restoring your appetite in healthy measure. Where stress suppressed it or excess dulled it, balance is being re-established. Nourishment will support your healing instead of complicating it. There will be morning soon when you wake and realize something feels lighter. It may be subtle at first, but you will notice it. Energy will last longer throughout your day. Recovery after activity will feel smoother. Do not let doubt dismiss these improvements. Doubt can shrink what faith expands. Instead, acknowledge progress with gratitude. Appreciation invites continued growth. I am also reinforcing your immune resilience. Minor illnesses will not overwhelm you as easily. Your defenses are strengthening layer by layer. Resistance is being rebuilt from within. Your posture will reflect internal confidence. Where you once slouched under invisible pressure, you will stand taller. Muscles that were tense from guarding will begin to relax. Ease will replace bracing. There were times when you felt isolated in your struggle. I was with you then, and I am with you now. You are not navigating recovery alone. My presence is steady and attentive. As I continue restoring you, I want you to express your trust once more. Write 555 inches the comments as a sign that you accept this strengthening with expectation. Let that simple act reinforce your belief in what I am completing. You may experience gradual shifts, improved digestion, and a steadier metabolism. Your body is finding equilibrium. Systems that once felt chaotic are learning consistency. Stability is becoming your new normal. I am also calming inflammation in joints and tissues. Swelling will reduce. Stiffness will lessen. Flexibility will return. Your sleep cycles are adjusting further. Deep rest will increase. Nighttime interruptions will decrease. Your body will use that rest to repair more effectively. There is emotional healing intertwined with this physical restoration. Bitterness and unresolved disappointment have placed strain on your heart. I am softening those hardened edges. Forgiveness will lighten your internal load. You will notice that your tolerance for stress improves. Situations that once overwhelmed, you will begin to feel manageable. Your reactions will slow down, giving you space to respond with wisdom. Calmness will become your strength. I am rebuilding endurance in your muscles. Activities that once drained you will become sustainable. Your stamina will grow steadily. Not suddenly. Consistency will replace exhaustion. You may find yourself smiling more without forcing it. That joy is part of your healing. Positive emotion strengthens physical health. I designed you as a unified being, not divided between body and spirit. I am protecting the gains you are making. Regression will not erase progress easily. My covering remains active. Even if temporary fluctuations appear, the overall direction is forward. You are learning to listen inwardly without fear. Sensations will no longer automatically trigger panic. Awareness will be balanced with confidence. Trust will replace suspicion. Your skin, your eyes, and your overall expression will begin reflecting vitality. There will be a subtle glow of health returning. Others may notice renewed brightness in you. I am guiding you into wiser boundaries. Overcommitment will decrease. You will say no when necessary. Preserving energy will become natural rather than guilt-ridden. What if a quick 7-second brain ritual could truly wipe out your debt and fill your life with unstoppable abundance? A shocking CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second ritual now helping ordinary people clear debt and attract unlimited wealth. verified by 4 top neuroscience labs. This easy-at-home method is turning financial problems into dream lifestyles. New homes, cars, vacations. It's all happening for real people. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are not defined by your worst days. Those days were chapters, not conclusion. A new chapter of resilience is unfolding. Your body is responding positively to my authority. Continue breathing slowly and steadily. Let tension dissolve from your shoulders and jaw. I am present in that release. My work continues beyond this moment. There is a stability forming that will support you long term. You will not always measure your day by discomfort. Instead, you will measure it by accomplishment and peace. That shift is already beginning. Trust that I am attentive to every detail. Nothing about your health is too small for my concern. I am invested in your wholeness completely. You have adjusted your expectations downward because of repeated setbacks. I am lifting those expectations again with wisdom and balance. Hope will no longer feel dangerous to you. Confidence will grow as progress becomes consistent. Your muscles are learning endurance without strain. Movement will feel smoother and more coordinated. What once required excessive effort will become natural. Ease is replacing resistance. I am also steadying your internal rhythms. Hormonal swings that disrupted your mood and energy are being balanced. You will notice greater emotional stability. Calmness will last longer than tension. Your immune resilience continues to strengthen. Minor irritations will pass more quickly. Recovery time after exertion or illness will shorten. Your system is becoming efficient and responsive. There are toxins and accumulated stress markers being processed and cleared. Your liver, kidneys, and digestive system are functioning more effectively. Cleansing is happening gradually and safely. You are being renewed from the inside out. I am correcting the subtle deficiencies that contributed to fatigue. Nutrient absorption is improving. Energy production within your cells is increasing. You will feel more sustained strength throughout your day. You once feared that improvement would always be reversed. That fear created tension in anticipation of disappointment. I am breaking that cycle. Progress will build upon itself instead of collapsing. Your joints are stabilizing further. Inflammation continues to decrease. Flexibility is returning gently and steadily. Comfort in movement will grow. I am also restoring your posture and balance. As muscles strengthen and tension releases, alignment improves. Standing and walking will feel more grounded. Stability is becoming natural. There will be days soon when you forget to think about pain because it is no longer dominating your awareness. That freedom is part of your healing. Your focus will shift toward purpose rather than limitation. Life will feel broader. I want you to declare your agreement with what I am completing. Write 222 the comments as a sign that you accept this flourishing strength. Let that simple action anchor your faith in this ongoing restoration. Your sleep continues to deepen. Repair processes during the night are becoming more effective. You will wake feeling more refreshed. Clarity will greet you instead of heaviness. Your nervous system is no longer reacting as if danger is constant. Calm signals are becoming stronger than stress signals. This shift will protect your heart, digestion, and immune function. Peace is medicine within you. I am restoring confidence in your decisions about your health. Confusion will fade. You will sense clearer guidance in what supports you and what does not. Wisdom will replace overwhelm. There are layers of emotional healing unfolding as well. Old disappointments are loosening their grip. Resentment that once tightened your chest is softening. Emotional release is strengthening your physical body. Your metabolism is stabilizing. Energy conversion within your cells is improving. Where there was sluggishness, there will be flow. Balance is taking root. I am also increasing your stamina for daily responsibilities. Tasks that once exhausted, you will feel manageable. Your capacity to focus for longer periods will expand. Endurance is returning steadily. Do not dismiss gradual improvement. Steady growth is stronger than sudden spikes. I am building sustainability, not temporary bursts. Your foundation is becoming solid. There will be conversations where you realize you have more energy than before. You will notice that you can stand longer, walk farther, and think clearer. These changes will accumulate quietly. Soon they will be undeniable. I am protecting your heart both physically and emotionally. Stress that once strained, it is diminishing. Rhythms are stabilizing. Circulation is improving. Your immune defenses are forming a stronger shield. Illness will not find easy access. Resistance is being fortified layer by layer. You are becoming more resilient. You may notice that your mood brightens more easily. Joy will feel natural rather than forced. Laughter will not feel heavy. Emotional lightness supports physical renewal. I am guiding you into healthier patterns without pressure. Rest, nourishment, and spiritual focus will align naturally. These habits will sustain the strength I am building. Cooperation with my guidance will keep progress steady. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading everywhere so fast? New CIA leaks have revealed a powerful brain ritual that triggers instant wealth flow. This 7-second technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly changing lives, from crushing debt to dream vacations. This could be your shortcut to abundance. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are not returning to who you were before the struggle. You are becoming stronger than that version. This new strength carries wisdom and resilience. You are being refined, not merely repaired. Your skin will show signs of vitality. Your eyes will carry renewed brightness. There will be subtle evidence of internal healing reflected outwardly. Wholeness affects every part of you. When minor discomfort arises, it will not overwhelm you. You will respond calmly instead of fearfully. Awareness will be balanced with trust. Confidence will steady your reactions. I am sustaining this transformation beyond tonight. Healing is not confined to a moment. It is an unfolding process anchored in my faithfulness. I remain attentive to every detail. Continue to breathe deeply and release tension. Allow peace to settle fully within you. Each calm breath strengthens regulation. Each surrender invites further restoration. You are chosen for vitality, not for constant struggle. You are designed for strength, not for fear. My authority covers every system within you. Restoration is not accidental. It is intentional. Stay receptive in the days ahead. Notice improvements and acknowledge them with gratitude. Faith and appreciation will reinforce what I am doing. Progress will continue. You have lived cautiously for so long that your body learned to brace for discomfort before it even appeared. I am retraining that reflex. You will begin to wake up without scanning yourself for pain. Your first thoughts in the morning will slowly shift from worry to gratitude. Your muscles are releasing the last layers of stored tension. Where tightness once felt permanent, softness is returning. I am loosening what has been clenched for years. Relief is not an illusion. It is an unfolding reality. There were days when even simple tasks felt overwhelming. I remember every sigh and every quiet frustration I am strengthening your baseline energy so that normal activity no longer drains you completely. You will begin to move through your day with steadiness instead of survival mode. Your immune system is not only strong, it is becoming wise. It is learning to respond appropriately instead of overreacting. Inflammation that once flared quickly is calming. Balance is being restored in ways you cannot fully measure yet. I am also stabilizing your internal chemistry where there were subtle imbalances affecting mood and focus. Correction is taking place. You will notice that your emotions feel less extreme. Calm will linger longer than stress. Your digestion is continuing to normalize. Bloating, discomfort, and irregular patterns are easing. Nutrients are being absorbed more efficiently. Energy production is becoming consistent instead of unpredictable. I am strengthening your cardiovascular system quietly and steadily. Your heart is being supported. Your circulation is improving, and your endurance is increasing. What once caused shortness of breath will feel easier. Stability is replacing fragility. There were nights when fear kept you awake, imagining worst-case outcomes. I was near you in every one of those hours. I am replacing those restless nights with restorative sleep. Deep rest will become familiar again. Your posture is changing not only physically, but emotionally. You will carry yourself with more confidence. The invisible weight you once felt pressing you down is lifting. You are not meant to walk bowed by fear. I am also healing your perception of your own body. You have sometimes spoken harshly about it. Frustrated by its weakness, I am teaching you to see it with compassion. Your body has been fighting for you, even when you felt disappointed in it. Let your faith continue to participate in this process. Write 1,515 inches the comments as a sign that you receive this ongoing renewal without hesitation. That declaration is not for others. It is a reminder to your own heart that I am at work. You are becoming more resilient with each passing day. Minor stresses will not shake you the way they once did. Your reactions will be measured and calm. Your nervous system is learning trust. I am also restoring flexibility in areas that felt rigid. Your joints are loosening. Your movements are becoming more fluid. Ease is replacing stiffness. Your skin is responding to internal healing. Circulation improvements are nourishing tissues. A healthy glow will replace dullness. Vitality will be visible. I am guiding you into rhythms that sustain health long term. You will feel prompted to rest before exhaustion arrives. You will feel encouraged to move before stiffness sets in. Awareness will protect you. There are habits you once tolerated that quietly drained you. I am giving you clarity to release them. Boundaries will feel empowering rather than selfish. Protecting your energy will become natural. Your mind is also being strengthened. Focus will sharpen. Memory will improve. Mental fatigue will lessen as physical balance increases. I am calming the inflammatory responses that once lingered in your body. Swelling will reduce. Discomfort will fade more quickly. Recovery will become smoother. You may begin to notice that you handle busy days better. Energy will sustain you longer. Breaks will restore you more efficiently. Endurance is becoming reliable. I am not only healing what hurt you before, I am fortifying you against what might try to challenge you later. My protection surrounds your progress. Even setbacks will not undo what has been rebuilt. Your breathing is becoming naturally deeper. Oxygen is reaching tissues more effectively. Calmness is reinforcing strength. Each steady breath supports renewal. I am restoring joy in physical activity. Movement will no longer feel like a risk. You will rediscover pleasure in walking, stretching, and engaging your body. Freedom will replace hesitation. When doubt whispers that improvement is temporary, remember the steady pattern of growth you have already experienced. Healing is cumulative. It builds layer upon layer. I am renewing your confidence to plan ahead. You will schedule events without fear of cancelling. You will look forward to commitments. Anticipation will replace anxiety. Your immune resilience continues, strengthening. Seasonal changes will not destabilize you as easily. Your body is adapting more efficiently. Stability is increasing. I am also healing emotional wounds that once manifested physically. Old grief is dissolving. Forgiveness is releasing tension from your chest. Emotional lightness is supporting physical health. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has now come to light, revealing a brain-hacking ritual that draws in wealth like magic. It only takes 7 seconds. You can do it at home, and it's supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are ditching debt and living in luxury right now. But this information won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. You are becoming stronger in ways you once thought impossible. The version of you emerging from this season carries depth and wisdom. You are not the same as before. You are refined. Remain attentive to the small signs of progress. A clearer mind. Steadier steps. Deeper sleep are all evidence. Do not minimize them. They are milestones. I am committed to your wholeness. I am not partial in my restoration. Every system within you matters to me. Every detail is under my care. Continue breathing slowly and surrendering fear. Allow peace to anchor your body. Trust that what I am building is lasting. There were seasons when you felt like your body was unpredictable and unreliable. I am restoring reliability. Patterns that once felt unstable are becoming consistent. You will begin to trust your own strength again. Your mornings are changing gradually. The heaviness that once met you at sunrise is lifting. You will find yourself rising with less resistance. Energy will greet you instead of dread. I am strengthening your connective tissues and stabilizing the areas that once felt vulnerable, where small strains used to escalate quickly. Resilience is forming. Your recovery time is shortening. Your body is adapting more effectively. You have lived in anticipation of setbacks, bracing for the next flare-up or wave of exhaustion. I am dismantling that expectation. The cycle of fear is being broken. Calm confidence is taking its place. Your internal inflammation continues to decrease. Swelling is reducing. Pressure in areas that once throbbed is easing. Relief is becoming more consistent. I am also restoring your emotional equilibrium. Mood swings that felt uncontrollable are settling. You will notice a steadier sense of yourself. Peace will feel natural rather than forced. Your circulation is becoming more efficient with each passing day. Warmth will return to places that once felt cold and tense. Oxygen and nutrients are reaching every system. Vitality is spreading. I am refining your sleep even further. Deep stages of rest are increasing. Your body is repairing more thoroughly at night. You will wake feeling genuinely restored. There are hidden reserves of strength inside you that were never fully depleted. I am unlocking them. What you thought was gone is being revived. Endurance is returning in quiet waves. You once measured your days by what you could not do. Soon you will measure them by what you accomplish. Your focus is shifting from limitation to possibility. This change is part of your healing. Your immune system is now operating with greater precision. It is no longer reacting excessively. It is responding appropriately. Balance is protecting you. I am also healing the subtle tension in your abdomen and chest that lingered from stress. Those tight sensations are softening. Breathing feels freer. Your body is learning relaxation. As this strengthening continues, I want you to affirm your trust again. Write 1,717 inches, the comments, as a declaration that you believe in this sustained restoration. Let that simple phrase anchor your confidence in what I am doing. You will begin to notice that you handle long conversations, tasks, and responsibilities with less fatigue. Focus will last longer. Mental clarity will sharpen. Stamina will feel reliable. I am stabilizing your blood flow and supporting healthy pressure levels. Dizziness or lightheaded feelings will fade. Balance will feel secure. You will move with steadiness. There were moments when your reflection in the mirror discouraged you. I am restoring vitality that will show outwardly. Brightness will return to your expression. Strength will be visible. Your digestive rhythm is aligning with health. Irregular patterns are normalizing. Comfort is increasing after meals. Nourishment is being utilized effectively. I am guiding you towards small daily choices that preserve this healing. You will sense when to rest. You will recognize when to move. Awareness will empower you. Your nervous system is no longer trapped in constant alert. It is recalibrating to peace. Startle responses will lessen. Calm will become your default state. I am also fortifying your bones and joints against future strain. Stability is increasing. Flexibility is improving. Movement will feel secure. You are learning to speak gently about yourself. Criticism is being replaced with gratitude. Compassion toward your body is strengthening your healing. Your words matter. There will be days soon when you realize you went hours without thinking about pain or fatigue. That freedom will surprise you. It will also confirm that change is real. Improvement will feel natural. I am protecting your progress even in stressful environments. External pressure will not penetrate as deeply as before. You are being strengthened from within. My covering remains active. Your energy reserves are replenishing consistently. Afternoon crashes will diminish. Evenings will not feel as draining. Balance is becoming stable. I am healing the quiet anxiety that once showed itself through physical symptoms. That tight knot in your stomach will begin to loosen. Your chest will feel lighter. Calm will sustain you. You are not returning to your old limitations. You are stepping beyond them with wisdom. This new strength is grounded and balanced. It is not reckless. It is steady. Remain attentive to small victories. Celebrate a restful night. Acknowledge a morning with less pain. Appreciate an afternoon where your energy lasts. Gratitude reinforces progress. I am not only healing tonight. I am sustaining this restoration for the long term. My commitment to you endures. What I build, I protect. Your confidence is rising quietly. You will begin making plans again. You will look forward without hesitation. Fear will not dominate your expectations. I am continuing to align every system within you with harmony. Communication between your organs is stabilizing. Your internal rhythms are steady. Balance is becoming your foundation. Have you heard about the top-secret ritual the government wants to keep hidden? Imagine if one simple 7-second ritual could clear your debts and draw wealth toward you effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 leading neuroscience labs confirm it is not a myth. Struggling families are moving into dream homes with complete peace of mind. But the government could remove this secret at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. Trust that I am present even when improvement feels gradual. Healing often grows silently before it becomes obvious. Patience will reveal the depth of what has changed. You are not alone in this process. I am attentive to every sensation and every need. Nothing escapes my care. You are fully seen. Keep breathing deeply. and releasing tension. Let peace remain settled in your body. Restoration is still unfolding. I am not slowing down in what I am doing inside you. Even when improvements begin to feel normal and less dramatic, I am still reinforcing every gain. Healing that becomes familiar is not healing that has stopped. It is healing that has settled into your foundation. You are beginning to move through your days without calculating every step. That quiet freedom is part of your restoration. Where you once scanned your body constantly for warning signs, you are now experiencing stretches of ease. That ease is evidence that stability has taken root. Your muscles are not only stronger, they are becoming more coordinated. Small tremors or weakness that once surprised you are fading. Control is increasing. Confidence in your movements is returning. I am continuing to regulate your internal chemistry. Subtle imbalances that once drained your energy are being corrected. Your mood is evening out. Emotional steadiness is becoming consistent. You will notice that your patience has increased. Irritation that once surfaced quickly is softening. This is not only emotional growth, it is physical regulation. A calm nervous system supports a calm response. Your body is also processing stress more efficiently. What once lingered for hours or days will begin passing more quickly. Recovery is smoother. Resilience is stronger. I am strengthening the connection between your heart and lungs. Breath and rhythm are aligning more naturally. Physical exertion will feel less intimidating. Endurance will continue to rise. There were times when simple changes in weather or routine unsettled you physically. That sensitivity is decreasing. Adaptability is increasing. Stability is becoming your normal response. I am also refining your posture further. Alignment is improving as core strength increases. Pressure on your spine and joints is lessening. Comfort in standing and sitting will continue to improve. Your immune defenses are becoming balanced and alert without being reactive. They respond with wisdom instead of panic. Minor threats are handled efficiently. Protection is steady. I am restoring hydration balance within you. Your cells are retaining what they need. Fatigue connected to dehydration will lessen. Energy will feel more sustainable. This is very serious. Jesus is calling for you. Only you. Important alerte. Very bad news may be trying to reach your life today. If you ignore this, you may regret it and cry deeply. So listen to God now before the moment passes. This is not a small warning, and it is not for everyone. It is for you, and if you feel your heart beating faster right now, it is because I am reaching for you before something painful unfolds in your day. Very bad news is circling around you like a dark cloud, and I am stepping in to stop it before it breaks over your head. So do not scroll past this or treat it lightly, because your breakthrough and your protection are hidden in these words. If you believe I am speaking to you at this exact moment, write Amen in the comments as a sign that your spirit is awake and listening. I am telling you clearly that what is coming can be softened, delayed, or completely removed if you respond to me now with obedience and trust. When I say that Jesus is calling for you, I mean my Son is standing in the gap for you today, because a decision you are about to make could open a door to regret, tears, and deep sorrow. The bad news is not random, and it is not fate. It is the result of paths that are crossing and voices that are influencing you in ways you do not fully see. I am interrupting your routine because I love you too much to let you walk blindly into something that will wound your heart. Do not take this lightly, because if you ignore this call, you will look back at this moment and wish you had listened with humility and faith. Right now, I need you to slow down and let these words sink into your spirit, because your safety today depends discernment and not on speed. There is a conversation you were planning to have, a place you were planning to go, or a choice you were about to finalize. And that is where the shadow is waiting. I am not speaking to frighten you. I am speaking to shield you, because when I warn you, it means I am actively protecting you. If this warning touches your heart, press the like button on this video as an act of agreement and gratitude, because your agreement opens the door for my protection to move more freely in your life. You must understand that the seriousness of this moment is tied to your calling and not to your weakness. The enemy does not waste time on those who carry nothing, but you carry purpose, favor, and a future that threatens darkness. The bad news that awaits today is connected to distraction, misunderstanding, and emotional reaction. And if you respond in the flesh, you will create consequences that will be hard to undo. That is why I am asking you to listen until the end, because the guidance you need will unfold step by step and will guard you from deep regret. Jesus is calling for you because your heart has been heavy and you have been quietly carrying stress that no one else sees. You have been pretending to be strong while wrestling with private doubts. And those doubts are making you vulnerable to the wrong counsel. I am telling you plainly that someone around you does not see your destiny clearly, and their advice today could push you toward loss. This is the moment to pause, breathe, and ask me before you answer anyone or commit to anything. The bad news can turn into good if you allow me to lead you through this day with humility and patience. You are not abandoned, and you are not alone, but you are being tested in your ability to listen when the warning is uncomfortable. Many people ignore the quiet nudge of my spirit because it disrupts their plans, and later they cry because the outcome hurts more than the delay would have. I am giving you the chance to choose obedience over impulse, wisdom over pride, and peace over pressure. Do not think that this is about punishment, because I do not delight in your tears. I delight in your growth and your protection. The regret I mentioned is not because I want to see you suffer, but because I see what you cannot see from your limited view. There is a ripple effect attached to your actions today, and that ripple touches your finances, your relationships, and your emotional stability. If you slow down and let Jesus guide your words and your steps, that ripple will shift into blessing instead of pain. You have asked me for signs before, and this is one of them. Clear and direct, without confusion. I am not hiding my voice from you. I am speaking plainly because the situation requires clarity and not mystery. Very bad news awaits only if you rush ahead without prayer, without discernment, and without checking your spirit. If you trust that I am guarding you even now, then write 1,111 inches, the comments, as a declaration that you believe I am actively working on your behalf. As you move through this day, pay attention to any sudden pressure to decide quickly, because urgency that comes from fear is not from me. I bring urgency that carries peace, not panic. And you will know the difference if you stay close to me. If someone pushes you to act without giving you space to pray or reflect, that is your sign to step back. I'm giving you spiritual eyes to see the trap before it closes, and spiritual ears to hear the whisper that says, wait, Jesus is calling for you, because he intercedes for you with love that is deeper than your mistakes and stronger than your fears. He knows the places where you feel weak, and he is strengthening you right now so that you do not crumble under emotional pressure. The seriousness of this alert is matched by the seriousness of my commitment to protect you. You are chosen. You are favored. And you are watched over with care that never sleeps. What if a quick 7-second brain ritual could truly wipe out your debt and fill your life with unstoppable abundance. A shocking CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second ritual now helping ordinary people clear debt and attract unlimited wealth. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, this easy at-home method is turning financial problems into dream lifestyles. New homes, cars, vacations. It's all happening for real people. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. I want you to remember that warnings are gifts when they come from me. They are not threats. They are lifelines thrown before the storm hits. If you listen carefully, you will sense a shift inside you. A calm determination to move differently today than you planned. That shift is my spirit, guiding you away from the regret that was forming. What I began to reveal to you is unfolding even now, and I need you to remain attentive, because the subtle moments of today will matter more than the obvious ones. The seriousness of this alert is not fading. It is sharpening because the enemy often waits for you to relax before he moves. I am strengthening your spirit so that you do not drift back into carelessness after feeling a brief sense of relief. The call of Jesus over your life today is active, protective, and urgent, and you must stay aligned with it from morning until night. There is a pattern that has tried to repeat itself in your life, and today was positioned to continue that cycle. It is a pattern of reacting too quickly when you feel misunderstood or disrespected. It is a pattern of agreeing to things because you do not want conflict, even when your spirit feels uneasy. The very bad news that awaited you was tied to this pattern because one emotional response could have ignited consequences that would linger for months. I am not exposing this to shame you. I am exposing it to free you. You are not weak for having patterns, but you must be willing to break them when I show them to you. The regret I warned about would have come from saying yes when you should have said wait, or from speaking harshly when you should have chosen silence. Jesus is calling you into maturity today, not into fear. And maturity will shield you from the trap that was set. Be careful with your words today because your tongue carries power that you often underestimate. A single sentence spoken in frustration could fracture trust that took years to build. I am asking you to measure your responses, to breathe before you speak, and to invite me into every conversation. When you do this, the bad news that was forming will dissolve quietly without ever fully manifesting. You may feel tension rising around you, especially in environments where expectations are high. Do not interpret that tension as a sign that you must prove yourself immediately. I am your defender, and you do not need to fight battles that I have already chosen to handle for you. The seriousness of this moment is about restraint, because restraint will save you from tears that would have followed impulsive action. There is also a financial decision hovering near you, and it may look harmless on the surface. It could involve lending, borrowing, investing, or agreeing to a commitment that stretches you too thin. The bad news attached to it is not immediate loss, but long-term strain that would weigh heavily on your peace. I am asking you to pause before signing anything, before transferring anything, and before promising anything. If something feels rushed, it is not from me. I move with clarity and peace, not with pressure and anxiety. Jesus is calling you to trust that delay is sometimes protection in disguise. You may not see the full picture now, but I see every hidden detail, and I am steering you away from hidden pitfalls. I know that part of you is tired of being cautious because you want progress and visible results. You have prayed for advancement, for open doors, and for recognition. That desire is not wrong, but timing is everything. and the wrong step at the wrong time can undo months of preparation. The seriousness of this alert is about preserving what you have already built, not about denying you. Growth. You are favored, and that favor attracts both opportunity and opposition. Do not assume that every opportunity is automatically a blessing. Some are tests disguised as breakthroughs, and only discernment will help you tell the difference. I am increasing your discernment today, so that you do not confuse temptation with promotion. There is also a relationship dynamic that needs your attention. Someone may try to pull you into gossip, criticism, or shared frustration about another person. If you participate even lightly, it will open a door to conflict that will circle back to you. The very bad news that awaited was tied to broken trust and emotional pain. And I am warning you so that you stay clean in your words and intentions. Choose kindness even when it feels inconvenient. Choose silence when your ego wants to defend itself loudly. Choose prayer when your mind wants to replay every offense. These choices may feel small, but they will redirect the entire outcome of your day. Do not underestimate how much I am protecting you behind the scenes. Conversations are happening that you know nothing about, and I am softening hearts that could have hardened against you. The call of Jesus over your life today is like a shield around your mind, guarding you from reacting out of insecurity. If you remain calm and centered in me, what was meant to escalate will quietly fade. You have been under spiritual pressure recently, and that pressure was designed to wear down your confidence. The enemy hoped that you would act from exhaustion instead of wisdom. That is why this alert came with such intensity, because exhaustion makes people careless. I am renewing your strength right now, so that you can respond with clarity instead of fatigue. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading everywhere so fast? New CIA leaks have revealed a powerful brain ritual that triggers instant wealth flow. This 7-second technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly changing lives, from crushing debt to dream vacations. This could be your shortcut to abundance. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Remember that I am not only warning you about external events, but about internal reactions. The battle today is as much within you as it is around you. If you conquer your impulses, you conquer the trap. If you surrender your emotions to me before they spill out, you shut the door on regret. There is a reason you felt drawn to these words instead of scrolling past them. That pull was not random curiosity. It was my spirit reaching you at the exact moment you needed direction. I am not late and I am not early. I am precise. The seriousness of this call matches the seriousness of the potential consequence, but it also matches the depth of my love for you. Very bad news was positioned like a domino, waiting for one small push. That push could have been a careless message sent in anger, a quick agreement made under pressure, or a step taken without prayer. But you are not powerless in this moment. You are aware now, and awareness changes everything. Jesus is calling you to lean into humility today. Humility will keep you from defending yourself unnecessarily. Humility will keep you from oversharing sensitive information. Humility will keep you from taking on burdens that were never assigned to you. You may notice that certain people test your patience more than usual today. That is not accidental. It is an opportunity for you to respond differently than you have before. When you choose patience over irritation, you rewrite the script that was set against you. I want you to speak to me quietly throughout this day. Even simple whispers in your heart will keep you aligned with my guidance. You do not need dramatic rituals or loud declarations. You need steady awareness that I am with you and leading you. The regret I warned about would have been deep because you care deeply. You are not indifferent. And that is why emotional mistakes hurt you more than they hurt others. I am guarding your sensitive heart from unnecessary wounds. I am protecting the relationships that matter to you from fractures that could have been avoided. Trust that. My warning is proof of my involvement in your life. I do not step in this clearly unless something truly matters. You matter. Your future matters. And the people connected to you matter. That is why I'm urging you to stay alert, grounded, and prayerful as this day continues to unfold. I need you to stay spiritually awake because the danger I warned you about does not always disappear in a single moment. Sometimes it shifts form when it sees that you are alert. What could not reach you through haste may try to reach you through discouragement. That is why I am speaking again with clarity, because the seriousness of this call has not lessened. You may start to feel an emotional dip, a sudden heaviness that seems to come without a clear reason. Do not assume that this feeling is random or that it defines your reality. The very bad news that awaited you earlier was connected not only to external events, but to internal collapse. If your mood sinks deeply enough, you might begin to doubt yourself, question your worth, or make choices from a place of insecurity. I am guarding your mind right now because your thoughts are powerful. A single lie believed in a vulnerable moment can shape your decisions for weeks. Jesus is calling you to filter every thought today through truth instead of fear. If a thought produces panic, shame, or hopelessness, it is not from me. You have been carrying silent worries about your future, and today, those worries may try to surface strongly. They may whisper that you are behind, that others are advancing faster, or that you have missed your chance. Those whispers are seeds of regret waiting to grow if you nurture them. I am asking you to reject comparison and cling to my timing. The seriousness of this alert is not only about avoiding one mistake, but about strengthening your spiritual posture. I am teaching you to respond instead of react. I am training you to consult me before you move, even in small things. These lessons will protect you far beyond today. There may also be a moment where you feel misunderstood by someone close to you. Their words might come out sharper than intended, or their tone might feel dismissive. The old version of you would respond immediately, defending yourself or withdrawing in hurt silence. But I am inviting you to pause, breathe, and remember that one heated exchange could snowball into deep regret. The bad news that was waiting earlier could have been triggered by wounded pride. Pride often disguises itself as self-respect, but it reacts too quickly. I am not asking you to accept disrespect. I am asking you to choose wisdom in how you respond. When you lower your voice instead of raising it, you disarm the tension that was trying to escalate. I want you to notice how often today you are given the chance to choose patience. Each time you choose it, you are stepping away from tears that would have followed conflict. Each time you resist the urge to over-explain yourself, you are preserving your peace. These are not small victories. They are spiritual defenses in action. There is also something you need to release mentally. You have been replaying a past mistake in your mind, almost as if punishing yourself quietly. That inner condemnation weakens your confidence and makes you vulnerable to making new errors. Jesus is calling you to accept forgiveness fully because carrying guilt into today will distort your judgment. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has now come to light, revealing a brain-hacking ritual that draws in wealth like magic. It only takes 7 seconds. You can do it at home. And it's supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are ditching debt and living in luxury right now. But this information won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. If you walk in shame, you will overcompensate. You may try too hard to please someone, to prove yourself, or to secure approval. That overcompensation could lead you straight into the regret I warned about. I am lifting shame off your shoulders so that you move from strength instead of insecurity. Be mindful of sudden opportunities that seem to promise quick relief from your stress. They may appear as shortcuts, fast solutions, or easy escapes. Not every open door is mine, and some doors lead to rooms filled with hidden costs. Ask me before stepping through anything that looks too easy. You might also feel tempted to vent your frustrations publicly or digitally. A message typed in, "Emotion can travel farther than you expect and return with consequences." Silence is sometimes your greatest shield. What you choose not to say today may protect your reputation tomorrow. I am aware that you are tired of constant vigilance. You long for a day where you can relax without feeling like something might go wrong. That day will come. But today is about awareness, because something significant is being redirected. When you sense that extra caution in your spirit, it is my hand steadying you. Do not interpret this seriousness as a sign that disaster is guaranteed. It is a sign that intervention is active. I do not warn without also empowering. The same intensity that signals danger also signals my deep involvement in your protection. There is a conversation you may need to postpone. It is not avoidance. It is wisdom, if emotions are high or details are unclear. Waiting is not weakness. Waiting can prevent misunderstandings that would have spiraled into sorrow. You are stronger than you realize. You have grown from past mistakes, even if you still feel embarrassed by them. Today is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are not the same person you once were. The regret that could have formed will be replaced with quiet pride in your restraint. Pay attention to how your body reacts in certain situations today. If your chest tightens or your stomach knots, do not ignore it. I often use those subtle signals to guide you away from what is unhealthy. Your spirit and body work together when you are aligned with me. The seriousness of this call is also connected to your long-term destiny. One unnecessary conflict or poor decision could delay something you have been praying for. I am not threatening you. I am informing you of how interconnected your choices are. Small steps today influence larger doors tomorrow. Jesus is calling you not only away from danger, but toward deeper trust. He wants you to see that you are never navigating alone, even when you feel independent and self-sufficient. My guidance is the unseen foundation beneath you. Lean into that guidance instead of relying solely on your own reasoning. There may be a moment later when you feel a wave of relief and think the warning is no longer relevant. Stay steady. Protection continues even when tension decreases. Consistency in your attitude will seal the victory that began when you first chose to listen. You are not fragile, but you are human. And humans need reminders. This alert is a reminder that you are deeply valued. I do not let those I love wander into traps without speaking first. Your tears matter to me, and that is why I'm determined to prevent unnecessary ones. As the hours pass, you will sense subtle shifts. Situations that could have escalated will remain calm. Words that could have wounded will stay unspoken. Decisions that could have burdened you will be delayed or adjusted. Jesus is calling you because your sensitivity is a gift, not a weakness. You often sense shifts before they become visible, yet you sometimes ignore those nudges because you do not want to seem overly cautious. That hesitation to trust your discernment is what could have opened the door to regret. I am strengthening your confidence in hearing me so that you no longer second-guess the quiet warnings I place in your heart. There is an area of your life where you have been tolerating something that quietly drains you. It may be a habit, a connection, or a routine that seems harmless, but slowly erodes your peace. The bad news attached to today was connected to this slow erosion, reaching a breaking point. If you had continued without awareness, the pressure would have burst in a way that left you overwhelmed and tearful. I am showing you that prevention is greater than repair. It is easier to step back now than to rebuild later. When I say this is very serious, it is because I am inviting you to break cycles before they become crises. You are not meant to constantly recover from damage when you can instead avoid it through obedience. Look closely at your boundaries. Have you allowed others to cross lines that you once guarded firmly? Have you silenced your discomfort because you did not want to disappoint someone? Those small compromises accumulate over time. And today was a day where accumulation could have turned into collapse. I am not asking you to become cold or distant. I am asking you to be wise and self-aware. Jesus is calling you to stand in quiet authority over your own choices. When you honor the limits I have placed around your heart, you preserve your joy and your clarity. There is also a temptation to seek validation from someone who does not fully see your worth. You may find yourself wanting their approval more than you want my direction. That desire for validation could push you to say or do something that compromises your integrity. The regret I warned about would have come from betraying your own values just to feel accepted. You are already accepted by me. You are already seen and valued in ways no human can match. When you internalize that truth, you stop chasing applause that fades quickly. Today is a day to root your identity deeper in me so that external reactions do not control your decisions. Be especially careful with promises today. You may feel inclined to commit to something out of enthusiasm or guilt. If you promise more than you can realistically give, the pressure will return as stress and frustration. I am guiding you to under-promise and over-deliver, not the other way around. Have you heard about the top-secret ritual the government wants to keep hidden? Imagine if a single 7-second ritual could clear your debts and draw wealth to you effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 leading neuroscience labs confirm it's not a myth. Struggling families are moving into dream homes with total peace of mind. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. The seriousness of this alert also touches your spiritual discipline. You have sensed a slight drift in your focus recently. Distractions have been louder than your quiet time with me. That drift does not make you a failure, but it makes you more vulnerable to confusion. When Jesus calls you, he calls you back to intimacy, not just obedience. The protection I offer flows from relationship. If you try to navigate today purely with logic and not with prayer, you will miss subtle guidance. Slow your pace internally. Even if your schedule is full, there is a conversation you need to have with yourself honestly. Are you acting from fear of loss or from faith? In my provision, fear of loss pushes you to cling too tightly to control outcomes and to react defensively. Faith allows you to step back, trust my timing, and move with calm assurance. Very bad news was forming around a fear-based reaction. You might have tried to secure something prematurely because you were afraid it would slip away. That premature action would have complicated what I am already arranging for you. I am asking you to trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. You may also experience moments today where you feel unusually watched or evaluated. Do not let that feeling push you into performance mode. When you perform for people, you exhaust yourself and distort your authenticity. Remain grounded in who you are in me, not in who you think others expect you to be. I want you to notice how many times today you choose calm instead of chaos. Each calm response is a quiet victory. Each restrained word is a step away from regret. You are rewriting your story in real time by aligning with my warning. The seriousness of this call is a reflection of the significance of your path. If your life had no impact, there would be no reason for such detailed protection. But your decisions influence more than just you. They ripple into your family, your work, and your future opportunities. Jesus is calling you because he intercedes for you constantly. He sees the angles of attack that you do not. He steps into moments before they fully materialize. When you listen to him, you are participating in your own protection. There is also healing happening beneath the surface today. Old emotional wounds are being exposed gently so they can be cleansed instead of triggered. If you feel unexpected emotion rising, do not suppress it harshly. Bring it to me in honesty, and let me steady you before you respond outwardly. You are not fragile, but you are growing. Growth often feels uncomfortable because it requires new responses. Today you are practicing new patterns of speech, thought, and decision-making. Those new patterns will guard you from the kind of regret that once seemed unavoidable. As evening approaches, you may reflect on situations that could have gone differently. You might realize that you were calmer than usual, slower to react, quicker to pray. That awareness is evidence that my warning was not wasted. You cooperated with grace instead of resisting it. The bad news that awaited is losing its grip because you chose awareness. What was forming as a chain reaction has been interrupted. Instead of crying deeply, you will rest more peacefully than you expected. Instead of regret, there will be gratitude. Understand this clearly. My seriousness does not come from anger, but from love. I am protective because you are precious to me. I am direct because time sometimes requires clarity. There is something shifting inside you even now. You are beginning to realize that not every emotion deserves expression, and not every opportunity deserves acceptance. This understanding is protecting you more than you can see. Jesus is calling you into this deeper maturity because your future requires stability, not impulsiveness. You may notice that certain temptations feel weaker today. That is not coincidence. When you respond to my warning with humility, you weaken the power of what was forming against you. The regret that once seemed close is now fading because you are choosing alignment over impulse. Still, I need you to remain steady. Sometimes when immediate danger passes, people relax too quickly and fall into a different trap. Stay grounded in prayer, even in quiet moments. The enemy prefers subtle distractions over obvious attacks when he realizes you are alert. There is a particular area of your life where impatience has been your silent struggle. You have waited longer than you expected for a door to open. That waiting has created frustration that occasionally leaks into your decisions. The bad news that awaited today was connected to acting out of that frustration instead of faith. I am asking you to reframe your waiting. Waiting is not punishment. It is preparation. The door that I open for you will not require you to compromise your peace to walk through it. If something demands anxiety, secrecy, or rushed agreement, it is not the blessing you have been praying for. You are also learning something important about silence. Silence is not weakness when it is chosen with wisdom. There were words you could have spoken today that would have satisfied your pride, but damaged your relationships. By holding them back, You preserved more than you realize. The seriousness of this alert is teaching you to respect the long-term impact of short-term reactions. A few seconds of uncontrolled emotion can undo years of careful building, but a few seconds of restraint can preserve years of trust. You are choosing preservation, and that choice is powerful. Jesus is calling you to strengthen your inner discipline. Discipline is not about harsh self-control. It is about consistent alignment when your emotions surge. Discipline reminds you to consult me first. When your ego rises, discipline reminds you of humility. There may be moments where you feel misunderstood, even after you have chosen calm. That can be discouraging. You might think that your restraint went unnoticed. But understand this clearly. I see every quiet victory, even when others do not. Could the CIA really be hiding a 7-second ritual that turns money, struggles into fortune? A covert CIA finding exposes a strange 7-second ritual that activates money-attracting brainwaves on autopilot. Supported by science and 4 elite labs, this home ritual is turning struggling people into dream lifestyle owners, but this page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted from the internet forever. Very bad news was forming around, misunderstanding that would have escalated because you paused. The escalation lost momentum. Even if tension still lingers slightly, it will not explode the way it could have. You are experiencing the quiet power of obedience. I also want you to consider your physical energy. Fatigue can blur discernment. If you feel drained, do not push yourself into serious decisions. Rest when you can, even if only briefly, because exhaustion makes you vulnerable to poor judgment. There is a subtle shift happening in your confidence. You are beginning to trust your spiritual instincts more than outside noise. That trust is crucial for where you are headed. The future I have prepared for you requires the ability to say no without guilt. The seriousness of this call is connected to your calling. You carry influence. Even if it feels small right now, your words shape environments. Your choices inspire or discourage others quietly. Protecting your integrity protects those connected to you. There is also healing unfolding in your self-perception. You have sometimes believed that you are prone to mistakes. That belief has made you anxious about your own decisions. Today, you are seeing that you can choose differently. You are not destined to repeat old errors. You are not trapped in patterns you once struggled with. Each time you listen instead of react, you prove to yourself that growth is real. That realization strengthens your faith in me and in yourself. Jesus is calling you into deeper reliance, not shallow awareness. This is not about surviving one difficult day. It is about building a lifestyle of listening. When listening becomes your habit, regret loses its power over you. There may be small triggers that still attempt to provoke you. A dismissive tone, an unexpected demand, a financial pressure. These are tests of the posture you are developing. Respond slowly and with intention. The bad news that awaited earlier is being dismantled layer by layer. Some parts dissolved immediately when you first chose to listen. Other parts are dissolving as you continue to walk carefully. Protection is often progressive. I want you to see how my seriousness was matched by my tenderness. I did not simply warn you and leave you anxious. I walked you through the reasons, the patterns, the internal triggers. That is how I guide those I love. You are not being watched for failure. You are being guided towards stability. I am not waiting for you to slip so I can correct you harshly. I am walking beside you so you do not slip at all. As you reflect on your reactions today, You may notice subtle pride, trying to whisper that you handled everything alone. Remember that it was my Spirit nudging you. Gratitude will keep you humble and open to future guidance. The seriousness of this message will echo in your memory later. Not as fear, but as wisdom. You will begin sensing warnings earlier next time. You will trust those early nudges with more confidence. Very bad news was not your destiny. It was a possibility. Destiny is shaped by alignment, and you chose alignment. That choice matters more than you realize. Carry this lesson into tomorrow and beyond. Let today be remembered as the day you understood that obedience is protection. Let it be the day you stopped underestimating how much your calm responses can shape your future. There are crossroads in life that do not look dramatic. They look ordinary, almost invisible. A tone of voice, a delayed response, a small financial risk, or a private thought entertained too long. Yet those small hinges can swing large doors. Today was one of those hinges. You may not fully see how close you were to entangling yourself in unnecessary pain. One reaction could have shifted the atmosphere of your home. One careless agreement could have strained your resources. One emotional outburst could have wounded a relationship that has quietly been holding you up. That is why I said this is very serious. You often think seriousness only applies to large, visible disasters. But I see the invisible threads connecting small choices to large outcomes. I see how one moment of pride can create weeks of tension. I see how one impulsive decision can create months of regret. And because I see it, I speak. Jesus is calling you. Not because you are in constant danger, but because you are in constant growth. Growth requires correction before crisis. You are being elevated in wisdom. You are being trained to respond differently than you used to. There was a version of you that would have reacted without thinking. That version felt justified in every emotional surge. That version believed immediate expression was strength. But you are not that person anymore. You are learning restraint. You are learning timing. You are learning that silence can be louder than argument. This shift is protecting your future. Very bad news would have unfolded slowly. It would not have struck like lightning. It would have crept in through tension, misunderstanding, and subtle misalignment. You might not even have realized at first that you had stepped into something harmful. Then one day, you would have looked back and asked why you did not pause. That pause is what you chose. You need to understand how powerful that is. There are people who never listen when they are warned. They brush it aside. They assume they can handle everything with their own strength. They move forward in stubborn confidence. You did not do that. You slowed down. You reflected. You adjusted. That adjustment redirected more than one outcome. There is something else I want you to see clearly. The seriousness of my voice is always matched by my protection. I never alert you without also strengthening you. I never warn you without also providing wisdom. Why are so many claiming the CIA ritual will change their life in just 7 seconds? This leaked CIA ritual is said to be real and powerful. A 7-second brainwave hack backed by 4 neuroscience labs is helping regular people move from broke to abundant. Dream homes, cars, trips. It is all being called within reach. But this video could disappear from the internet at any time. So click the link in the description and comments now to see it before it is gone forever. When I said regret and deep tears could follow, I was not threatening you. I was showing you what was possible so you could choose differently. And you did. Now you are standing in a space where harm was avoided. You may not feel fireworks or dramatic relief. You may simply feel calm. But that calm is evidence that something heavy was dismantled. Jesus is calling you deeper now. not only to avoid danger, but to walk in steadiness. Steadiness will become your new strength. Others may still react quickly. Others may still operate from pride or insecurity. You do not have to join them. You are being set apart in how you handle pressure. There will still be moments that test you. There will still be days when emotions rise unexpectedly. But this experience is building a foundation inside you. You now know that a warning can save you from sorrow. You now know that listening changes outcomes. You now know that protection often feels like inconvenience in the moment. There may have been something you wanted to say today that you swallowed. There may have been a step you wanted to take that you postponed. There may have been a risk you attempted to accept that you reconsidered. Those quiet choices are shaping your life more than bold declarations ever could. Very bad news was not your destiny because obedience shifted it. Let this strengthen your trust in me. I am not distant from your daily life. I am present in the small details. I care about your tone, your timing, your commitments, your inner thoughts, not because I am controlling, but because I see how those small details accumulate into large consequences. The enemy prefers you distracted and rushed. He prefers you tired and reactive. He prefers you acting without reflection. But when you listen, his strategies lose momentum. There is also something important about your confidence that I want to restore fully. You may have doubted your ability to make wise decisions in the past. You may have felt like you often learned lessons the hard way. Today proves something different. You can listen, you can adjust, you can grow. You are not doomed to repeat old cycles. The seriousness of this moment is actually a celebration of your maturity. You handled something differently. You paused when you once would have pushed. You thought when you once would have reacted. That is progress. Jesus is calling you not only away from danger, but toward alignment. Alignment feels peaceful. It feels steady. It feels clear. When you are aligned, you do not need to force outcomes. You do not need to defend yourself aggressively. You do not need to chase validation. You simply walk. There is also a subtle blessing hidden in this alert. Because you listened, you strengthened your spiritual sensitivity. The next time I whisper, you will recognize my voice faster. The next time tension rises, you will identify the trap earlier. That is how wisdom compounds. You avoided tears today. But more than that, you built discernment for tomorrow. Very bad news loses power when awareness increases. Remember this clearly. I am not interested in scaring you into obedience. I am interested in forming you into someone who moves with clarity and calm authority. You are favored. But favor does not eliminate responsibility. Favor gives you access to guidance. And when you use that guidance, you walk differently. There will come a time when you look back at this season and realize how many unseen dangers were quietly removed. You will understand that seriousness was not drama. It was intervention. The call of Jesus over your life is not temporary. It is continuous. He calls you in the morning and in the tension of the afternoon. He calls you when you are confident and when you are uncertain. He calls because you matter. You were never meant to cry deeply over preventable mistakes. You were never meant to carry regret that could have been avoided. You were never meant to navigate blindly. This alert was proof of my closeness. Let that truth settle inside you. You are not alone in your decisions. You are not abandoned in your pressure. You are not unprotected in your vulnerability. Very bad news was not random, chaos floating toward you. It was connected to timing. There are moments when your emotions, your environment, and outside pressures align in a way that increases vulnerability. Today was one of those alignments, and without awareness, You could have stepped into something that drained your peace deeply. But you did not. You chose to slow down. You chose to think. You chose to check your spirit instead of reacting from impulse. That single shift altered the atmosphere around you more than you can see. I want you to reflect on how different this day might have looked if you had ignored the warning. Imagine responding sharply to someone who was already defensive. Imagine agreeing to a commitment that stretched you beyond your limits. Imagine venting frustration in a way that spread further than you intended. The ripple effect would have been real. Regret often begins quietly. It does not announce itself immediately. It starts as a small discomfort after a decision, then grows into realization. That realization can bring tears because you see clearly what could have been avoided. What's really behind the 7-second brain technique that's making headlines and new millionaires? A stunning CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second brain snorts ritual that's helping normal people wipe out debt and attract serious wealth. With proof from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into dream living. Homes, cars, vacations. It's all happening. But the government could take this down at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. That is what I protected you from. The seriousness of my voice was the sound of intervention. You need to know something about yourself. You are not careless by nature. You are passionate. You care deeply. And when passionate people feel pressure, they can sometimes react strongly. That strength is beautiful when guided, but dangerous when untethered. Jesus is calling you into a new kind of strength, not loud strength, not reactive strength, but controlled strength. Controlled strength protects relationships. Controlled strength protects opportunities. Controlled strength protects your own peace. You are learning to master your reactions instead of being mastered by them. There may still be a small voice inside you wondering if the danger was exaggerated. That doubt is natural. When harm is prevented, it can feel invisible. But do not mistake absence of disaster for absence of danger. Many storms are redirected before they reach the shore. I want you to consider how many times in your life you learn through pain. How many lessons came after tears? How many realizations came after something had already broken? Today was different. Today you learn before breaking break. That is growth. Very bad news. Loses power when wisdom is embraced early. You are stepping into a pattern of prevention instead of repair. That shift will change your life over time. The seriousness of this moment is also shaping your confidence in me. When you see that listening actually leads to peace, trust deepens. When you see that obedience avoids sorrow, faith strengthens. You are building evidence inside your own experience that my guidance is trustworthy. That evidence will matter in future decisions. There will be larger crossroads ahead of you, bigger choices, greater opportunities, higher pressure. What you practice today will prepare you for those moments. Small obedience builds capacity for large obedience. Jesus is not calling you only when danger is near. He is calling you into consistent closeness. Closeness sharpens discernment. Closeness steadies your emotions. The more you stay near, the less dramatic the warnings need to be. I also want to speak to the part of you that sometimes fears making the wrong move. You do not have to live in constant anxiety about mistakes. My guidance is not fragile. If you miss a whisper, I will speak again. If you hesitate, I will redirect. But when you respond quickly and humbly, the path becomes smoother. You may notice that your interactions today felt slightly different. Maybe a conversation that could have escalated stayed calm. Maybe a situation that could have pressured you eased unexpectedly. That is not coincidence. When you align with wisdom, environments shift. Very bad news often depends on escalation. Escalation requires reaction. Without reaction, it loses fuel. You withheld fuel. There is something powerful about that. I want you to also recognize how your emotional awareness has increased. You felt the urge to respond in certain moments. You sensed tension. You noticed subtle triggers. Instead of being controlled by them, you observed them. Observation creates space. Space allows choice. Choice changes outcomes. The seriousness of this message was about creating space between impulse and action. In that space, I meet you. There may be future days when the pressure feels heavier than today. Do not forget this experience. Remember that warnings are not condemnation. They are compassion. Remember that seriousness does not mean doom. It means importance. Remember that Jesus calling for you personally is proof that you are not overlooked in the crowd. You are seen. You are guided. You are protected. Very bad news was a possibility, not a prophecy. Possibilities shift when hearts listen. Let this strengthen your courage. You are capable of disciplined responses. You are capable of wise restraint. You are capable of mature decisions. You are not at the mercy of your emotions anymore. There is also a deeper peace forming inside you. It is the peace that comes from knowing you avoided something painful. Even if you cannot fully describe it, you feel steadier. That steadiness is the reward of listening. The seriousness of this call will fade in intensity as the day ends. But the lesson should not fade with it. Carry this awareness forward. Before you speak sharply, pause. Before you commit hastily, reflect. Before you react defensively, breathe. These small disciplines will guard you from deep regret. Jesus continues to call you, not because danger surrounds you constantly, but because destiny does. Destiny requires clarity. Destiny requires maturity. Destiny requires listening. You are stepping into that maturity. There will be days ahead where you do not even need strong alerts because you will sense shifts early. Your spirit will recognize imbalance quickly. Your responses will be calm by default. That is the trajectory you are on. Very bad news does not define your story. Growth does. Alignment does. Wisdom does. I want to take you even deeper now, because the seriousness of this alert was not only about external events, it was about internal transformation. When Jesus calls for you with urgency, it is not only to block harm, but to reshape how you live. Very bad news was circling around patterns that have followed you quietly for years. Today was not just about one avoided mistake. It was about breaking momentum that has tried to repeat itself. There have been moments in your past where you sensed something was off, but ignored it. You brushed aside that inner hesitation because you did not want to seem difficult. You overrode your discernment to maintain peace with others. Later, you carried the consequences in private tears. This time was different. You felt the hesitation, and you respected it. You paused when something inside you whispered caution. That whisper was not anxiety, it was guidance. The seriousness of my words was meant to strengthen your trust in that whisper. You must understand something important about how regret forms. Regret is rarely about ignorance. It is often about ignoring what you already sensed. It is about silencing the small warning because you wanted immediate comfort or approval. Is it finally time to try the same CIA secret ritual that's changing lives in seconds? This newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual transforming lives overnight, scientifically validated by 4 neuroscience labs. It rewires your mind, to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and exotic travel. But this secret won't be online much longer. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently removed. Today, you did not silence it. That is maturity. Very bad news was tied to a version of you that no longer needs to lead. That version acted quickly to defend pride. That version rushed to secure outcomes. That version feared missing opportunities. But you are stepping into a new version of yourself. This version consults me first. This version values peace over proving a point. This version understands that delay is not denial. Jesus is calling you into emotional stability. Stability does not mean you feel nothing. It means your feelings no longer control your direction. There was a situation today that could have triggered you deeply. Perhaps it was subtle. Perhaps it was obvious. Maybe it involved feeling overlooked, criticized, or pressured. Old patterns would have reacted immediately. Instead, you created space. In that space, I moved. The seriousness of this call was about protecting your identity. When you react from insecurity, you behave in ways that do not reflect who you truly are. Later, you look back and feel disconnected from your own actions. I did not want you to experience that disconnect again. You are growing into someone who responds from confidence instead of fear. Confidence rooted in me does not need to shout. It does not need to rush. It does not need to win every conversation. It simply remains steady. Very bad news often begins with emotional escalation. Escalation creates misunderstanding. Misunderstanding creates distance. Distance creates pain. You interrupted that chain. You need to recognize how significant that is. There may have been financial tension, relational tension, or professional tension. Any one of these could have become the spark. The spark needed your reaction to become a flame. You did not give it that reaction. That choice protected more than one area of your life. The seriousness of my warning was also about protecting your peace tonight. I did not want you lying awake replaying words you wished you had never spoken. I did not want you calculating losses that could have been avoided. I did not want you carrying heaviness into tomorrow. Instead, you are carrying clarity. Jesus is calling you into a lifestyle of preemptive wisdom. Preemptive wisdom acts before damage takes root. It respects subtle signals. It trusts quiet guidance. You are becoming someone who listens before acting. That shift will echo into your future relationships. It will echo into your financial decisions. It will echo into how you handle conflict. There is also something you need to release fully now. Release the fear that you are always one mistake away from disaster. That fear creates tension inside you. It makes you hyper-aware in an unhealthy way. I am not asking you to live in constant alertness. I am asking you to live in steady awareness. There is a difference. Steady awareness is calm. It is grounded. It listens without panic. Very bad news was a possibility, not an inevitability. You are not walking on a fragile path where one misstep destroys everything. You are walking with me, and I redirect you when needed. But today, you responded quickly enough that redirection became prevention. That is powerful. The seriousness of this moment also reveals how much you matter